Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, the Turpin parents get life in prison. And if you don't know who these people are, it's been silent for a while because we've been on, all these other issues, that have come about more recently. But the Turpin children speak out as parents are sentenced in torture case. I'm taking my life back. And so, the kids that were tortured by these two so-called parents speaking out. And so here's what would have been the father. So a son and daughter of David and Louise Turpin spoke out in court for the first time Friday as their parents were sentenced for torturing and imprisoning them for years. Now I'm taking my life back, a daughter, one of the Turpin's 13 children, said in court. I'm a fighter, I'm strong, and I'm shooting through life like a rocket. I'm in college now and I'm living independently, she said, and I love hanging out with my friends and life is great. I believe everything happens for a reason and life may have been bad, but it made me strong and I fought to become the person I am. I saw my dad change my mom, and she said, visibly shaking and clutching tissues, they almost changed me. And so this is the Turpin mom in court. It looked like she may be speaking to an attorney. This is her and the father, the Turpin parents, speaking to lawyers. And so they have officially received life imprisonment for the torture and imprisonment for years of their own 13 children. So the Turpins abused 12 of their 13, including, in some cases, shackling them and beating them routinely, prosecutors have said. They pleaded guilty in February to charges including torture and false imprisonment. So David and Louise Turpin were sentenced Friday to 25 years to life. A Turpin son said in court Friday, I cannot describe in words what we went through growing up. Sometimes I still have nightmares of things that had happened, such as my siblings being chained up or getting beaten. But that is the past, and this is now. I love my parents and have forgave them for a lot of things that they did to us, he said. I have learned so much and become very independent. So that's hard for children to go through that and to still stand up and be courageous and say that in front of their parents in court. So he said that he learned how to ride a bike. Since then, he rides everywhere. So I live in an apartment and I go to a nearby college and I'm getting a bachelor's degree in software engineering. And after I get a bachelor's degree, I'm going to get a job as a software engineer and go to school part-time to get a master's degree. So they're very intelligent children, despite all of what has happened to them. And they still go through life and they become something positive. That should tell you something as well. So that son also read a statement in court on behalf of one of the sisters. I love both my parents so much. Although it may have been the best way of raising us, I'm glad that they did because it made me a person that I am. And I just want to thank them for teaching me about God and faith, and I hope they never lose their faith. Just very, very sad because what they did to these kids was in no way a positive situation. So Louise Turpin's lip quivered and both parents wiped the tears from their eyes as the statement was read before them. And so here they are getting read the statements and you see the reactions. So the father in the top and this is the mother in the bottom. So I pray often for them that the daughter statement continued. I'm doing well and I'm going to college full time and I have an apartment and we are not supposed to necessarily understand God's will, but we are only to follow and trust Him. A lawyer read a statement on behalf of another daughter who asked the court to remove the restraining order so she could visit her parents. So I want the court to know that our parents loved each other and loved each of their children, the statement said. So I remember our mother sitting in her recliner saying she did not know what to do, and she didn't want to use a rope or a chain, but was afraid her children were taking in too much sugar and caffeine. So this is the Turpin father, pictured here, top, and at the bottom, the Turpin mother. So David Turpin said in the statement that reads, on Friday, I never intended for any harm to come to my children. I'm sorry what I've done, anything to cause them harm, and I love my children and believe my children love me, and I hope the very best for my children in the future. Louise Turpin said in court, I'm sorry for everything I've done to hurt my children, and I love my children so much, and I look forward to the day I can see them, hug them, and tell them I'm sorry. The couple was arrested January of 2018 after the 17-year-old daughter escaped their Harris, California home and called 911. The never-before-heard 911 call, exclusively obtained this week by ABC News, reveals the moment she turned her parents in. My parents are abusive, the 17-year-old told the dispatcher. My two little sisters right now are chained up right now, and they're chained up to their beds. And so here they are, the parents pictured here. The 17-year-old alleged that she and her siblings would be chained up for 1 to 2 months and only fed or only freed to brush their teeth and use the bathroom. An officer who interviewed the teen testified this. So the teen said that she and her siblings never ate breakfast and would only eat peanut butter bologna and frozen burrito or chips for lunch and dinner, the officer testified. And then, when rescued, all the children except for the youngest, a toddler, were severely malnourished, prosecutors said. The eldest victim, 29-year-old woman, weighed 82 pounds. So the 17-year-old Turpin daughter told the dispatcher that she and her siblings had lived in filth and that she hadn't bathed in nearly a year. So sometimes I wake up and I can't breathe because how dirty the house is, she said. The teen said that she hadn't been to the doctor in 5 years and had never been to a dentist in her life. So the adult Turpin children are now healthy, their lawyer Jack Osborne told reporters Friday. All of them are doing really well physically, Osborne said. That's a miracle, and they want to be normal adults, going to Target, going to basketball games, and we are confident. And given what they've been through and how resilient that they are going to be really successful. And so there's a lot of reactions, more than 1,000 reactions, 1,604 reactions to this. So I'm not going to read those, but yes, they have officially given these parents, well, they're not really parents, but their father and mother, the parents of the Turpin children, 13 Turpin children. So they have officially been given life, 25 years to life. What are your thoughts and feedback on this story? Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening.